Hey. Yes, we're back. We're back. I see y'all right back. Come on, right back. Let me get all my lights and stuff back on. Child, I had to take a little hiatus before the next show, child. I ain't never went off and came right back. But we're back. All right, so this is the review, honey. This is the review for those of you that are joining for the very first time of Love and Marriage Huntsville, honey, season 8, episode 3. For those of you that are not watching, okay, let's go and get into our show, child. Set everything up. All right, hey, thank y'all for coming back. This is the Caramel Rail Show. I am the one and only Caramel Rail. Thank y'all for being here. Let's see what we got right quick. Linda Gamble, my mod, is here. C. Lewis is here. Shirley Terry is here. Gemini Twin is here. Henry Lee is here. Judy Brown is here. Pamela Williams is here. Dragonfly Jones, thanks for being here. Stacy Lane, Peggy Jones, Lisa Foster, Marsha Phillips. Nikki B is here. Linda R is here. Gloria Leland is here. Nikki B is here. And everybody else coming in. Thanks, Cookie Clark, for joining us, ma'am. Okay, let's get on into our show, child. Let's get into the show. Diana Flu, thanks for being here. Gloria Williams, thanks for being here. All right, so season 8, episode 3, Love and Marriage Huntsville, titled New Beefcakes on the Block. Child, when I think about beefcakes, I think about Stevie J, because that's what Jocelyn Hernandez called his little schlong, child. Well, I ain't gonna say little, because I mean, damn, I did see the video of him and rapper Eve, child. Him and rapper Eve, child. They got a little video out there, so he ain't little. He kind of giving horse a little bit. So, but she called it a beefcake. So when I saw beefcakes, I was like, beefcake. Made me think about what Jocelyn saying about Stevie J out here. But let's get into it, all right? So the episode starts with Melody and Miss Piggy Wig Nail, child, playing tennis, or as they call it, pickleball. They getting their Venus and Serena on. Okay, they out there, boom, boom. Nell and Mel were keeping up. Mel was keeping up. I said she must have been playing with Mariah, because you know her oldest daughter Mariah actually plays tennis. So Nell was keeping up and Mel was keeping up too. I was like, okay, y'all better come on out here, child. But child, Nell was of course out of breath after they got done playing. Nell was, child, she was breathing like she just ran the 40-yard dash up out there. I said, child, you too old for this, child. Miss Piggy Wig, go sit it down, honey. We don't want you falling out here, child. Anybody lifting your chunky ass up to take you to the car and take you up there to the emergency room, child, to the hospital as they call it, and have your ass checked out. But so Nell says via confessional, okay, that she's never played pickleball, says that she's out of breath, as I just said. She says that Mel throws, then it says that Melody kind of throws shade because she's older than her. She says, you know, you older than me. You shouldn't be out here doing all this, girl, because you know you're a little bit older than me, all right? So she says that she's not Mel's elder, but she's her spicy auntie. That's what Nell is telling Melody. She said, I ain't your elder, girl. I'm your spicy auntie. I was like, yeah, all right, girl. Okay, so Mel and Nell, they kind of sit down to talk, okay, and Nell pretends to be hyperventilating. She's like, ooh, she's all, you know, being all extra because she's tired, child, from playing. So then Mel starts pouring water, like she's pouring water on her to like try to cool her down, all right? So then Nell tells Melody that she's got a fat booty, like she's complimenting her body because, you know, Mel been out here working out or whatnot. So Nell's like, oh, you got a nice little fat booty back there too, girl. I was like, hold up now, Nell. Hold up, girl. Don't be trying to come out the closet on us on this episode here, girl. All right, so Nell, you know, she's letting Mel know that she looks good because I know Mel, she's been saying that she's been working out or whatever. She got a little trainer. Because Mel, the body was bodying, girl. No homo. So Mel asked Nell why she didn't come to the podcast, okay? The one with Carlos King there in Huntsville. Nell says that it sold out so quick. But of course, we all know Stormy was there because Stormy wasn't even going to go to the podcast. Okay. Remember when she was sitting back talking to Nell? She was like, yeah, I'm going to be going down because my family is having something for my grandma or something that she was having. So Stormy was like, I don't even think I'm going because, you know, my family is having something that same weekend. But then coincidentally, when the camera panned the room, who was there? Stormy, honey. Stormy's ass was in the building, but Nell's ass was not there. So Nell says that she says, I know, Mel says to her, she said, I know you lying. She said, I know you didn't just say that, meaning if you really wanted to come to the show, all you had to do was reach out to me. Like it's Carlos' show, but I could have, you know, got you the hookup, child. I got the hookup. Mel was like, girl, I got the hookup. I could have got you up in there had you reached out, but I don't think Nell had intentions of going. Because if you really wanted to be somewhere, you'd have been. All right. So then Nell says that she was in Georgia when she heard that the podcast sold out. But you still didn't reach out to Mel to see if she may have had some tickets or if she could pull some strings to get you in there. That's supposed to be your girl. That's supposed to be your homie. I mean, you support her and everything else. You was at the name change ceremony. You know, you had everything else she's doing, but all of a sudden now you ain't supporting her. That you kind of hanging out with the ops. I mean, now that you're hanging with the ops, you ain't got time for Mel. So Mel tells Nell, she said that she should have called her to ask her because she called her to ask for everything else, like I just said. So Nell says that that's different because says that Mel says that you call. Hold on. Okay, so Nell says that's different after Melody lets her know that she calls to vent, cry, and do everything else. I was like, damn, Mel. So then Melody says that Stormy got her tickets in December, meaning Stormy got her tickets late and she still showed up. So Nell, she just standing there looking all crazy. So Nell says that I ain't know about it. She says that of course Nell starts making excuses trying to say she didn't know about it and nobody didn't let her know until like the last minute. And Mel was still letting her know all she had to do was call. But my thing is, you making all these excuses, Nell. If you were, like I said, a person that want to be somewhere will pull, you know, all kind of strings to do what they need to do to be there. If it was something you really wanted to attend and or support Mel for, you'd have been there. I mean, period. So Nell goes via confessional and she says that she feels bad by not going because Mel's been let down by so many people, including you. She says that she didn't expect that from her. Okay. So Nell then asked what happened with Martell going to jail. Now, of course, you know that conversation was going to come out since she was running around telling everybody she didn't think that a black man should be locked up or a black man going to jail. So she finally gets the chance to ask Melody what happened with Martell going to jail, as if she don't know. Now, you have conversations with Martell. You already said in other episodes that Martell is like a younger brother to you, that you talk to Martell all the time. So if you hear he went to jail, why are you waiting for Melody to tell you what happened to Martell? Why wouldn't you pick up the phone and call him to get that information? Because you know it's something juicy. It's in Huntsville. Huntsville ain't but so big. He was on, he was on the news and everything. So with you seeing that, Chris didn't call him to see what was going on. You didn't call him. That's weird that you would wait until you go play tennis with Melody to see why Martell went to jail. It's been everywhere. Hell, I don't even stay in Huntsville and I found out what was going on. But let's continue. So Nell says that I heard it was deviant, harassing communications. Is that what it was, Mel? So Melody says that you ain't asked him, meaning you ain't asked Martell why he went to jail. Nell says that I wanted to hear it from you to Melody, okay? So Mel explained to Nell why Martell was arrested per the revenge P, and Melody went into detail. So Nell is standing there looking all surprised, as if you don't know that this is a whole fuck nigga that Melody is talking about. You done counseled this nigga. He done been in your house 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. Him and Mel sitting over there with Melody telling you all the stuff that Martell has done to her. So now you standing here acting totally surprised that this nigga done went out here and then did the whole DV and harassing communications towards Melody. You are shocked by this, Nell. She's standing there like, not Martell. Girl, yes, Martell. Okay. So Melody goes on to say that Ariane posted that she saw the video and that her sister saw it, and that something was covering Martell's peen to make it look like it was someone else. So she took it to the magistrate's office, and then they took out a warrant. All right. So Nell says, you know how I feel about a black man going to jail, right, Mel? So Mel is looking like, I'm gonna fuck about how you feel about a black man going. This black man was going when he put that shit out about me. Okay. So then Mel says that she says that I feel more about a black woman's video being released. And I was like, you better let her ass know. Like, I ain't about to take over this nigga. No, I don't feel sorry for him. Hey, you do the crime, damn it, you about to do the time. So Nell then goes on to say that because of my situation with my son, now that I know that that it's real, she says that I see why you did what you did. But you can't really compare the two, because your son went out here and stole somebody's credit card and then stole some damn and then used it to buy some damn tires. I mean, that's a completely different situation than somebody putting revenge P. And the problem I have with Nell is, if the shoe was on the other foot, if you and Chris fell out and then Chris went out here and took a whole video that you and he made, you would not feel the same way in terms of saying, hey, if Chris went out here and with his side chicks, in which we heard he had many, showing your video that you did with him while you was down there, I hear gagging on the schlong or whatever, on video, if he put that shit out there for people to see it, you can't sit there and say that you're not going to take the necessary steps to rectify that situation, whether it be charges, whether it be a warrant, whether his ass be locked up, whatever the case may be. You're going to do something about it. So don't make Melody feel bad for doing what she felt she needed to do at the time to protect herself, her image. She's a businesswoman. She's got children. She's got girls. That video could have gotten out to where her children could have seen that, and that would have been a negative light towards their mother in terms of how they saw her. I mean, damn. That's what pissed me off this whole entire episode, why everybody was trying to downplay and make Melody feel bad for doing what she felt she needed to do to protect herself. Martell was wrong, period, point blank. I don't give a damn if it's a black man. So don't use that whole, oh, I hate a black man going to jail. If a black man breaking your door, kick your back door in, coming in and steal your shit, the nigga going to jail. You're not going to say, oh, you're a black man? You get off today because you're a black man, and I don't like to see black men going to jail. Bitch, you call it 911, and his ass is going to be downtown at the jail. Period. Let's move on. So in confessional, Melody says that Nell's a great friend. I kind of digress, Mel. Says that I'm glad that she asked me instead of not asking, okay? I'm still on the fence about this friendship with Nell being a great friend to Mel. I just don't have that feeling just yet about Nell being a great friend. So Nell then goes on to say, how did you feel about the interview that Martell did with the blogger, which we all know to be Tasha K? She said, did you see it? She's asking Melody, did she see it? Melody says, no, I didn't. She says that I couldn't stomach to even go sit and watch it, okay? Because she knew it was a bunch of bullshit. She knew that Martell was on his get back because he had just gotten out of jail. So what did he do? He contacted Tasha K so he could sit on her platform and dog Melody and sprue out a whole bunch of lies. And I don't blame Melody for not tainting her spirit with the lies and the bullshit and the shenanigans that Martell was trying to bring because he was on his get back, knowing his ass was wrong. A whole narc. Nigga out here acting like Diddy. Out here acting like Diddy. Know your ass is wrong, but then you're going to sit up and then try to play victim in a fucking interview. All right, so let's move on. Nell says, oh, it pissed me off. Oh, it pissed you off, but you ain't want to see a black man go to jail. So which one is it, Nell? You're telling Melody that when you saw Martell do this interview about Mel and all the egregious things that he said about her, it pissed you off, but it pissed you off as well that Melody decided to go and have this nigga locked up for doing what he did, DV third degree and harassing communications. That pissed you off as well. Like, girl, you need to check your feelings, Nell. You need to check your feelings, sis, because it's seeming like you being pissed off by the wrong things. Okay, that heat needs to be towards Martell, not Mel. All right. So Mel says that I see that it backfired. She's talking about the interview with Tasha K. She says, I see that the interview backfired and it didn't go how he wanted it to go. And it didn't. Okay. Somebody said that she was deleted, permanently deleted off you. See? All right, so Nell then goes on and says, no, it did not go the way that Martell wanted it to go. So Nell then says that she says that I'm dealing with some of the same issues. Now, see, we're going to make it about you. Now, you asked Melody about what she was going through with the situation with Martell. So now you want to throw yourself in there because you want to have a little sympathy as well. So Melody says, you talking about, she said, what she said, hold on. Melody says, what you talking about what you called me about the other day? You talking about what you called me about the other day, Nell? So Nell says, yes. So Melody then discussed the interview with Lexi, which is her stepdaughter, Chris's daughter. Y'all know that whole interview where she sat down with Giving You the Real Tea. Shout out to Terrence, where she talked about Nell being a side chick, Nell actually dating Chris during the time that he was still married to her mother. Okay, now there's a whole discrepancy in there because Nell was trying to say that Chris was not married, and then she turned around and said that he was. At which we found out that Chris was married during the time that Nell did get with him. So let's continue. So Melody says that she's been there and that she knows how it feels to be discussed in interviews, okay? And do. All right, so Melody says, and Nell responds by saying that a lot was made up and said that, yes, he was married, but I didn't know that he was married. She says that I've never been nobody's side chick. This is what Nell is saying. She says that what she didn't say was that they were separated and going through a divorce. Now, let me say this. First of all, bitch, you are a side chick. And I don't care what nobody say. If a person is going through a separation does not mean divorce. And people need to understand that. A lot of times when people separate, that is a time, sometimes they're working on trying to get back together. Sometimes you need a break from a person, okay? When you go through a separation, people need to understand. Separation is not divorce. You could be on the brink of divorce. You could be talking about divorce, but until you sign on that dotted line, you are still married. Now, what was revealed in the interview with Lexi is that her mother was still married to Chris, and that Lexi's mom and Chris were trying to reconcile their relationship during the time of separation. But Nell kind of came up in there and was coming in so strong on Chris and not falling back and respecting the fact that they were trying to work on their marriage, and she kept pursuing Chris. That is why Lexi was upset, because she felt like you just did not fall back and allow them to fix shit. So Chris was seeing Nell, and Chris was also seeing Lexi's mom during that time. So, ma'am, you were a side chick because you were not the wife, Nell. So to say that you didn't know, that's some total bullshit. That's total bullshit. And even when you found out, you did not fall back and say, you know what? When you finish your situation of finally getting your divorce, if that's what you choose to do, Chris, then holler back. As of right now, I'm a single woman. I'm not going to tie myself down with no single man until you get your shit fixed. If you want to see me fix that situation over there, then holler back. But until you do that, I can't see you. That's what a respectable woman does. But when you decided to continue to see him, you put yourself in a position to be called a side chick. And I know it hurts. Kimmy didn't want to be called a side chick. She was a side chick to Maurice, because it was the same situation to where Kiowa was trying to fix that situation with Maurice. And Maurice don't want to sit there and admit the shit. But Kiowa said out of her own mouth that she and Maurice were going through hard times in their marriage, and that they were doing, in a separation, and they were working on things. But Kimmy was all in the DMs. Kimmy would not fall back and allow things to work out in the way that they thought they were going to work out. So Kimmy, you were a side chick. I'm sorry. I'm breaking news. Kimmy, you were a side chick. Okay. Nell, you a side chick, okay? I don't care how you slice it, baby. You a side chick. Moving on. So Nell says that I was pissed by the Lexi interview, that she don't give a damn about how we feel, okay? Typical Lexi. No, typical Nell. Because you put yourself in that fucking situation, sis. Don't be mad at Lexi for speaking her truth. You mad because she exposed you. That's all. Because you all on national television. Oh, Fletcher and I have been married for 30 years. And that's fine. That's fine. But let's rewind. Let's go back before that and how you got in that situation. Because the one thing that people don't understand, when you get on reality TV, all your shit gonna come out. Stuff that you don't want stuff to come out. Stuff that you don't want to come out is gonna come out. People gonna dig in your life, Nell. See, that's what you won't count on. You were so focused on being famous and the fame, and you and Chris trying to get y'all own show, till you won't count on old Lexi over here to pump the brakes on your stardom over there. Okay, see, yeah, she pumped the brakes on your stardom. That's what she did. That's what she had did. Okay, I'm talking y'all in my bomb Quisha voice. That's what Lexi did. She pumped the brakes on your stardom over there, and she made she made it a reality. She let everybody know, bitch, you was a side chick. I mean, you got to eat that. Well, maybe not, because you've been doing a lot of that lately. But anyway, so Nell Honey then says that she's pissed off by that shit, and she want to blame Lexi versus blaming yourself. I mean, it's your fault. You was out here busting the wide open to a married man, and then you mad because your man then went out here and was busting the wide open with somebody else when he got with you. You lose them how you get them, girl. Let me say it again. You lose them how you get them, girl. All right. He had somebody else when you met him, and then when you got him, he was with somebody else. You see the comparison? Let's continue. All right, so Mel then says to Nell, says, sorry, friend, that you're going through this. She says that I know that it's very heavy. She says, I'm going to meet with Tisha and Kimmy to ask them why they ain't come to the podcast. She was like, yeah, enough of that bullshit. We know you're a side chick, girl. I'm about to be going over here talking to Nell. Be talking to Kimmy and Tisha and find out why they ass didn't go. Because I'm still low-key mad that you didn't go. I'm sorry that you mad you a side chick, but I'm going over here and see why their asses didn't come and support me too. That's kind of what Mel was saying. Like, I don't give a fuck about you being a side chick, girl. I ain't never had them problems, but Godspeed to you, girl, being a side chick. But Mel then goes on to say, she says that I'm trying to move forward. She says that the event is in Huntsville. She says that their boss is actually hosting it, and they didn't even come. I don't understand. So Mel felt a way that everybody's been kind of saying, okay, we're going to move forward. We're going to put the past behind, all the bullshit that we've been through, people of the cast. She's trying to get along with the girls on the show. But, of course, Tisha was not being truthful about why she didn't go, and we're going to get into that. Nell then says that maybe they had a good reason not to come. Kind of like you, Nell. You already made excuses for why you didn't go, so now you make an excuse for why they didn't go. Like, focus on your own lives and don't be trying to help them with theirs, okay? So Mel says that I'm gonna meet up with them and I'm gonna find out why, okay? So then Nell says she apologized for not coming to the podcast and said she felt bad. Okay, Neil, you sound like Diddy now. Okay. All right. So Mel said, yep. She says, you and Chris didn't come. Not just you, but you and Chris. Y'all supposed to be my homies. Y'all didn't come. Y'all came and ate up my damn food at that name change. But you damn sure didn't come to that podcast. Maybe because you knew it wasn't gonna be no food there, girl. So next scene, girl. Next scene is the new cast member, Latricia. What is it? Latricia. I'm kind of on the fence about her, okay? I'm kind of on the fence about her. The new cast member, Latricia, the one that Martell was said to have boned or maybe still boning, I'm not sure. Stormy meets up to chat with her at this place called Church Street Wine Bar, where they have like the charcuterie boards and wine, where they sipping wine, you know, that type of spot. So she and Stormy, they greet each other when Stormy comes in, and Stormy tells her that she looks good. Of course, she's a trainer, so the body was bodying, okay? The face was not, but the body was bodying, girl. The body was bodying, but the neck up was not. Was that mean? Too late. Anyway, so they kind of chatted up about working out and fitness. They have that whole conversation about that. Then Stormy says that she's in the gym now as well, after she do her Ozempic, girl. So she do her Ozempic, and then she go do 3 sit-ups, and then she go back to the house. So then they discuss motherhood for Stormy, because you guys know that she is trying to get a surrogate now. That she done talked Courtney into allowing her to get a surrogate to have another baby now. Okay. Mm-hmm. So they're enjoying their little charcuterie board, honey, when Latricia mentions seeing Destiny in the gym with Tisha, and she says that Tisha wants to start training. Now, of course, y'all know Tisha had every nip and tuck and every BBL that she can have. So while she's in the gym, because Tisha likes to eat. Tisha loves to eat. She loves a good buffet from time to time. So anytime that she starts feeling like she's getting fat, she go get another nip tuck. So maybe she's going to try the gym now. I don't know. And she was asking Trisha to be her trainer, okay? But I'm just like, girl, when she's not on the surgery table, I guess she's going to go to the gym. I don't know. Whatever, girl. So Latricia asked Stormy about her friendship with Tisha, because she's feeling a little weird vibes maybe with Tisha, okay? Something bothering her about Tisha. So Stormy says, ain't really nothing going on with my friendship with Tisha. She said that Tisha, she says that Tisha may be your vibe, just not mine. Okay, that's what Stormy was saying. So Stormy says that I did call her husband a bitch or whatever. Okay, so Trisha's looking at her like, what? So so then Stormy says, yeah, she said, and I still feel that way too, meaning Marceau is still a bitch. She says that it was Marceau that made her, meaning Tisha, fall out with everybody. She said that Marceau messes up the relationships that Tisha has, and I see that. Marceau doesn't want anybody to get close to Tisha or to be friends with her like Mel. Mel's been trying to be, cordial or maybe friends with Tisha, but Marceau does not want that to happen, because God forbid somebody talk some sense into her to where she doesn't want to be a stay-at-home mom and she get a brain of her own. And y'all know what I'm saying. Y'all know where I'm going with this. Tisha is very childlike in the mind, and Marceau likes to be able to control her. So having a strong-minded woman around Tisha is something that Marceau does not want, because then that makes him not be in control. There are men out there like that. Martell was trying to be that way with Mel, but she was too, Mel was too strong. She was too strong-willed. Melody had her own mind. She was her own woman. She didn't allow Martell to boss her around. Okay. So Stormy says that he did it with Melody and Nell as well. But my thing is this. First of all, why are you speaking on Mel? Because you and Mel ain't even cool like that no more, Stormy. You and Mel ain't even cool like that. You use Mel just enough to be able to get on the show, and now you ain't even cool with her. Okay, you ain't even cool with her, so I don't even think that you should have even been speaking on that. So then Stormy tells Latricia to text her back, and then meaning text Tisha back, and then just go ahead and work out with her. Okay, so Latricia says that that anger actually makes her go hard in the gym. Okay, I don't know what she's so damn angry about. Maybe because she done had some of that dirty peen from Martell, child. She might be still itching, and them bumps might be just giving her hell down there, child. Because y'all know how he get around. But anyway, so she actually speaks on her relationship with her boyfriend, Ken, okay? Stormy said that Trisha's ex-husband gives Mr. vibes from Color Purple, okay? I done fixed that mailbox to where I know if it's been messed with, that kind of vibe. Mm-hmm. So Trisha says that there's a definite wedding or definite wedding bells with new boyfriend Ken, okay? And she said that she was glad to get away from her ex-husband, child, because he was on that Mr. bullshit like this here. All right, so Stormy says that she used to be crazy when she first got with Courtney, and said that she would be outside stabbing at the grass when she got mad. I said, bitch, tell me you didn't just say that on national television, stabbing at the grass, girl. Now, we done heard about Stormy out here busting somebody's windows, honey, which got her a little charge where she went to jail back in the day. But girl, I didn't know that you also need to get a psych evaluation with Martell, too, out here stabbing some damn grass. Who was out here on that kind of time? But go off. So Stormy then asked Trish, has Courtney always been calm since she knew him from high school? So the new girl, Trish, knew Courtney during the time that they were in high school, okay? So why are you asking another woman questions about your man and how he used to be, girl? That's a question you could have asked your own husband. Don't never let another bitch tell you more about your man than you should be knowing, child. Okay, so Trish was like, girl, yes. Like, he's always been that calm. He always been laid back like that, okay? Girl. Don't let another bitch tell you about your man. I've been asking Courtney myself. I ain't asking another bitch about how my man used to be. Anywho, so let's see. So then she let's see. She said, okay, so Stormy kind of goes via confessional, and she says that she's happy that Trish has a new boo because now she wants them to kind of do a double date between her and Courtney, and then Trish and her new dude Ken, just to kind of be around Ken to kind of check him out, just to kind of have a vibe between the four of them. So we're going into the next scene where Courtney and Stormy are gonna bore us to death. They could have left this shit out. I don't know why they put that in there. Obviously they ain't doing shit this season. Stormy, you could have been talking about going to court and all this other stuff that you got going on. Who cares that you get ready to buy a vintage car? Like, who the fuck cares? They pull up to this place in the F-Pace SUV, the same one that got repossessed, that we found out via court documents that Stormy was able to recover because she went down there and paid that damn money. So that's the same vehicle that Courtney pulled up in, and Stormy, the F-Pace that got repossessed, and they was able to retrieve it back. Y'all see how messy I am? But we got to give y'all details, all right? So they go to this place called a rolling museum, where they actually have these old cars on display, where they trick them out with like the rims and body kits and all this other stuff, drop top, old cars. So Courtney is in the he's getting ready to go and purchase a classic car. Okay, so they're shopping for a classic car. Ed, the manager of this place, comes out, and he is explaining the cars to Stormy and Courtney while they're deciding on which car they want to get. Okay. So they are then speaking on having another baby. Stormy gets into the back of one of the older cars, and then she mentions to Courtney about having another baby. Courtney tells Stormy to go ahead and schedule things with the surrogate, and said that Chess, of course, is their only son, and that they want him to have a brother. We don't really care about that. They talked about that last season. It's like y'all are, drawing out a whole another season. I ain't want to hear that shit. So Stormy talks about breastfeeding the new baby. Courtney says that he want to be able to feed the baby. And I said, sir, you can. You got titties too. Like, what's stopping you? You too have titties. You can help feed the baby too. So they discuss having the surrogate, having sex while carrying the baby. I don't know why they thought about that, but weird. So Stormy tells Courtney that that she met with Trish. I said real. Stormy tells Courtney that she met with Trish and that she lost 20 pounds, and that Courtney says that Stormy looks good. So Stormy is saying, hey, I lost 20 pounds, and I done met with Trish, and she talking about she want to go to the gym, but I done lost 20 pounds, so she had to throw that in there. But Stormy does look good. I got to give it to her. Okay. Ozempic is working for you, girl. All right. So Courtney did compliment her and tell her that she did look good. And Stormy mentions that they want to do a double date, but Courtney made it very, very plain that he did not want to have no damn double date at no damn gym. He was like, yeah, we ain't going to the gym. He despises the gym, even though his ass needs to be in the gym. All right. I'm like, boy, take your chunky ass to the gym and do some sit-ups. That ain't gonna hurt you. But he said he don't want to do no damn date at the gym. So next scene, because that was a whole pointless scene. Next scene is Tisha Trisha and her boyfriend. All right, Trisha and that boyfriend, child, Ken. Now they show them at their home, which they have a really nice home, big old nice house. I'm like, okay, finally somebody is showing that they got something going on the show. They ain't staying across the street from the damn gas station in a broke down house that need to be renovated. But they got a nice little house. I'm like, okay, y'all living good over there. All right, Ken walks in. All right, Trisha's in there making up the bed or whatever. Ken walks in, honey, serving body, yada, yada, honey. He looked like he been, doing this shit here, working out. You can tell he takes very good care of his body. Both of them are like workout coaches or something like that, trainers. So you can tell he works out a lot because he got all these damn muscles. He built, he stacked. Trisha they kind of sit down and they discuss. Trish says that she is originally from Huntsville, and Ken says that he is from Dayton, Ohio. And I said, I know you lying, not the same place that Ariane is from. I was like, Trish, you better watch your man, because Ariane is out there on the loose, because Martell is out there with somebody else as well. So then Ken says that he's been in Alabama since age 9. He says that they are gym junkies and that they are on their way to the gym. They get ready to go to the gym. Okay. So Trish says that she has an 18-year-old and she also has a 10-year-old from her previous marriage. Then Ken says that he has a 13-year-old daughter. Is not biological. The daughter is not biological, but he's pretty much helped raise her from a very young age. Okay. So he doesn't have any biological kids, but he is looking to have biological kids with Trish once they marry. So Trish catches Ken up on the conversation with Stormy that they had. Ken says that he and Trisha keep their love life in the house because her ex-husband feels that she's kind of throwing their new relationship in his face. I don't give a damn. I'm not about to appease you. If I ain't with you no more, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna scream it from the mountaintop if I'm happy. I'm gonna post pictures. How about you just don't look at it? Okay. So they says they've been avoiding posting things on social media to, I guess, appease and not irritate and or aggravate that ex-husband. I don't know if he's scared of this ex-husband, because you damn sure wouldn't be controlling my relationship like that to tell me like you shouldn't be posting too much because I'm over here feeling a little nostalgic today, seeing you moving on to be happy. Like bullshit. Get out of here. So Trisha says that she's reluctant to training Tisha because she don't want no drama, because if she started, then she gonna finish it. See, now you didn't have that energy when you talked to Stormy. So where is this coming from? What did Tisha give you? And not that I'm taking up for Tisha, because I don't really see it for her like that, but I'm trying to find out what the vibe is and what kind of happened between you and Tisha to make you say that if she starts some shit, then you're gonna finish it, like y'all gonna be in the gym like throwing barbells at each other. Like, what is really going on? So Ken says that he don't judge nobody because they all have skeletons and demons. And he tells Trish to avoid any drama. And Trish says that she will go ahead and train Tisha. So Ken then says that he likes Marceau because he's cool and funny. Like, don't start no shit, because I kind of like Marceau. I think he's a cool dude, and I think that he's funny as well. And I was like, maybe you need to wait a little bit longer, because Marceau's bullshit usually comes out after you kind of been around him for a little while. Because look how he used to like Stormy and Courtney, and then the two of them fell out to where, you know, Courtney done called him, Stormy done called him a whole bitch and everything. Okay. So, they go into confessional, and Ken says that he runs into Marceau and Martell at Black, and he runs into them all the time at Black. So Trish says that she don't have any girls on the show that she hangs out with, but she does see Marceau and Maurice sometimes at Black or at the gym. So they go to the same gym, obviously. So they discuss the conversation with Stormy that she had about the whole double dating situation. Ken says that once he popped the question to Trish, or pops the question to Trish, that he wants the world to know. Okay. So he has not proposed to her yet. They've been having marriage conversations of them getting married, but he has not popped the question to her yet. She knows that it's coming. He's kind of hinting around the fact that he's going to propose to her, and she looks excited. She looks like she's in love with him. But my question is, how's that going to work if there's some underlying stuff going on with Martell? We need to figure that out. Okay. Yes. Thank you so much, Lois Bell. She said, I love your review. All right. So they both agreed that Stormy will be in the wedding once they decide to get married. And they want a very big wedding, according to them. So they start discussing this wedding, and they said they have a very big family on both sides. So they want to have a wedding, more than 100 or 200 people at their wedding. I was like, okay. All right. So next scene, Melody shows up to this plant store. Thank you so much, Inga Bruce, for the super sticker there. Okay. So Melody shows up. She shows up first to this plant store called the Land of the Living. And she meets with Kit Campbell, which is the owner of the plant store. Okay. So then Kimmy kind of comes in a little bit later than Melody, and they greet each other. Kimmy compliments Melody on the blonde hair, because obviously they haven't seen each other in quite some time. So y'all know Mel kind of went back to the blonde like she used to be when she was in seasons 1 and 2. So Kimmy compliments her and tell her, oh, you look good. So while they're talking and kind of chopping it up, Tisha comes in, because, you know, she's always late. She comes in afterwards. Melody speaks to Tisha, and surprisingly to me, they kind of hug and they compliment each other. Tisha said, oh, I like this. You know, that voice she does is annoying as hell. Oh, I like this blonde on you again, Mel. This is like what from the first season or whatever. I was like, oh, Jesus. So Kimmy then hugs Tisha. Everybody kind of agreed. Then they go sit down to kind of do this little potting of the plants. So they have the lady that comes over, the lady Kit Campbell, she comes over and give them their potting plants so that they can start potting plants and kind of sit and talk. and kind of visit with one another. So Melody then asks how their year has gone because she hasn't seen any of them. All right, y'all know Mel stay busy. So Tisha says that well, we went to South Africa, me and Martell and the kids or whatever. So production then rolls tape back and shows them in Africa when Marceau look like he is just miserable as hell. He ain't smiling. The kids, they look like they're happy, but Marceau, he's standing over here, child. Tisha standing over here, the kids standing in the middle, and he's looking like hurry up and take this damn picture because my side chick is calling me and my phone is buzzing in the back pocket. I need to go hurry up and tell Tisha I got to go pee real quick so I can go check it. It's one of them. But anyway, so Melody then says, y'all know I'm messy. So Melody then says, so Marceau didn't go by himself this time. She said, that's good. I said, oh, I caught that shade, Mel. I caught that shade. So Kimmy says that we didn't get to take a trip this year because y'all know Maurice broke or whatever. He got a whole lawsuit coming out, girl. He got all this shit going on. He trying to sue everybody. So he ain't got no money. So him and Kimmy ain't went nowhere, child. I said, oh, y'all didn't really go nowhere for y'all anniversary for a while either until you kept pressing him. So it's looking like Maurice just wants your ass to just stay home and roll over and take it. But anywho. So Melody then says, girl, why? What had happened? Why you ain't went nowhere? Why Maurice ain't took you nowhere, girl? Because, girl, you know I've been hopping flights, girl, and catching flights and never catching no feelings. Why you ain't went nowhere on vacation or whatever all year, girl? Oh, child. All right, so Kimmy says, well, you know, my mom, she got diagnosed with breast cancer. I got to say it in Kimmy voice, y'all. Y'all know when I talk about Kimmy, I like to talk like Kimmy. So Kimmy says, well, you know, my mom got diagnosed with breast cancer back in November, right? I said, whoa, shit. So Melody said, no, I'm sorry to hear that. So Kimmy says, yeah. Says, you know, my mom is triple positive while, you know, I'm triple negative. And my mom, she's her cancer is kind of growing real slow, and you know, mine was kind of growing real fast. I was like, oh, okay, girl. All right, Kimmy, okay. So Kimmy says that she and Maurice are working on some kind of project that's almost done, which is that little house on the prairie over there, that little building, child, a little hot dog stand they're trying to get renovated. So Melody then asked if Tisha is done with her office over there, child, that's connected to Black, the one that they got all them PPP loans. That they were trying to say that it was two different addresses, but it was the same address. And I'm still waiting on the feds to kick the door in on that one. That one, girl. So Tisha then says, girl, no, we ain't done yet. But I'm like, damn, how long do it take to fix the office? Because last season y'all working on the bitch, and now we are in season 8 and y'all still ain't done. It's giving y'all ain't got the money or whatever. That's what giving. But anyway, so Kimmy then says that what are y'all doing? Because it should have been done by now. I'm like, you shut up because you ain't been on no vacation. And it seemed like you deflected and you mad and throwing your anger off on Tisha because Maurice ain't took your ass nowhere. Like, calm your Jermaine curls down, girl. Okay. So then Melody says, well, Tisha, she says, but Tisha, you were saying that you wanted to be a stay-at-home mom anyway, though, right? So Tisha kind of looked like I kind of did say that or whatever. So then Tisha said, well, life has been lifing. Life has been lifing. That's how I was like, child. So she said that once her daughter, Mila went to school, that she wanted some free time, but she's still busy with school stuff. And she said work has been a lot. I'm like, what you working on, girl? Like, what is you working on? She making it seem like she's just so busy and that she just ain't got time for nothing else. But I'm like, girl, what is you doing? So both Kimmy and Tisha, they asked Melody about what's been going on with her. So this is a build up to them getting into Mel's business about this whole Martell situation. Okay. So Kimmy says that 2024 came in hot for you, Mel. Okay, says so Tisha says that of course we saw everything on social media with Martell getting arrested. What was it for? DV communications or whatever. So Melody kind of looks like I don't want to talk about this shit. Melody looking like, look, I don't want to talk about this shit. Now I just talked about this shit over here with Neil. I don't really want to sit here and talk about this shit with y'all. Now y'all done saw the news. Tisha, your man done did a whole damn comment on social media and everything. Like, I don't want to talk about this. So Tisha asked Melody, she said, is it true that it was for harassing text messages from like a month ago? And then you finally issue a warrant out? So Tisha is downplaying the charges pretty much. Is it true that it happened like a whole month ago and then you went down to the police station and then you took out a warrant on my tail? I said, girl, shut your thick tongue ass up. So Melody says, well, you didn't ask your husband. Says, you didn't ask your husband what happened? says that he the one that went and made a whole statement about it. I was like, that's how you clear the girls right there. So you trying to be out of my damn business, you should have asked your damn husband. That's what Melody was telling him. So Tisha says, well, he said that they didn't play the whole thing. So now she want to be in Mel business. They didn't play the whole thing. Well, then bitch, go back and look at it again. All right. So Melody then says, well, she says that I'm gonna have this conversation with him because that ain't true. Okay, so Melody is letting Tisha know, well, I'm gonna have a conversation with his ass with your husband, because what he telling you is a whole lie out here. Okay, so Tisha says, but you called him, meaning Martell. Okay, so Tisha trying to say that it's Mel's fault that this whole situation happened because Mel called him first. See, Tisha, how you gonna ask me what the fuck happened and then you gonna tell me what happened? Like, give me a chance to tell you what happened before you start insinuating and just throwing shit out there, you know, to see what stick. All right. So Melody says, you know how many people called me when y'all stuff was going on, Tisha? She says, and I told them that it ain't none of my business. And I'll share that with Marceau when I talk to him. So Mel is feeling a little irritated that Tisha is kind of downplaying the reason why Mel decided to go and file these charges on Martell in the first damn place. All right. So Melody goes via confessional and she says that I'm letting Tisha know that I'm having this conversation with her husband. And she says it ain't her fight, but she should know that I am gonna check that ass. So that's what Melody is saying about Marceau. And I was like, you better tell him, Mel, okay? So Melody then says that the text was sent to me. She's telling Tisha and Kimmy. She says that the text was sent to me in 2022. Yes. She says, and I was willing to let the threat go. She says, and even the picture. She says, but when all the details started lining up, and then the baby mama was heard saying that I got the video and that my sister saw it. She says that it came to light then in July. She says, and then I filed for the warrant. So she said that, look, I was going to let the shit go. But Martell continued with the mess and kept allowing his baby mama to speak out of turn. And then saying she had the video and she was showing it. So I did what I needed to do and I took the warrant out. Okay. So coincidentally, she was going to let the shit go. But I would have let it go. You ain't going to say you got no video out on me and threaten me and I don't do something about that shit. But yeah, she did what she felt she needed to do. All right, so Melody then says, yes, it was for harassing communication. Absolutely. All right, so Mel and hold on. So Mel and Kimmy, no, so Kimmy kind of looks at Mel like, wow. So whenever Mel told her that, Kimmy kind of looked like, wow. So Kimmy was kind of like staring at Melody as Melody was saying what she was saying, like she didn't kind of believe her. It was kind of giving weird vibes the way Kimmy was kind of staring at Mel. Because, you know, Kimmy got a soft spot for Martell, too. Because she's always said, oh, Martell is a good dude. Martell is a good dude. So for Mel to be sitting here saying, hey, this is the reason why I went ahead and did what I did and had his ass locked up, I feel like Kimmy low-key felt a way about it because she still has a soft spot in her heart for Martell, all right? Because she was a side chick, too. So she don't understand why Mel took the measures that she took, all right? So Kimmy then goes to confessional and she says that to hear Melody explain it the way that she did, it kind of makes sense to me now. Oh, really? Okay, Kimmy. So then Tisha kind of responds and says that that's some fuckboy shit right there. She says that we're going to she said that we're going to have an intimate moment, but I don't expect for you to share it with nobody else. So now she in her feelings, and now that she's thinking about it, the way Melody explained it to her. So Tisha said that me and Marceau been together 18 years and we done did some stuff, but it's between us, okay? And I was like, it's between you, it's between your sister wives, it's between them hoes down there, the Red Roof Inn down there in Birmingham where he be telling them to go for them threesomes, girl, it's between all of y'all. But if you want to go off, this is a great time to go ahead and do it. All right, so then Tisha then goes on to say, child, because Tisha's talking a whole lot. She says that don't share it with no girlfriend or no ex. She said that maybe there's no hope for him, meaning Martell. Maybe there ain't no hope for Martell. It's just a lost cause for him. That's what Tisha is saying. So Mel is looking like, girl, you finally get it. All right, so Melody says to Tisha, she says it is strange that I haven't heard from you. Like, don't be all up in my business. Let's talk about this damn podcast now. So Melody said, it's strange that I ain't heard from you. She says that I ain't see you at the podcast either. What was up with that? Why you all up in my damn business? All right. So Tisha said, hold up, why? So she in that baby talk. Anytime Tisha get caught in some shit, she want to be on the why that shit. I'm like, girl. So the Melody said, because I heard from you before. She said, but then, of course, Tisha started lying and started making up excuses, okay, about why she couldn't be at the damn podcast. Okay, because y'all remember, she told Destiny when Destiny came to her house that she wouldn't be caught dead being around the millimeters because they're mean. Y'all remember, I ain't being around the millimeters. They don't like us. They mean. They this, and this. But then when you're in front of Melody, it's, oh, I couldn't be there. Oh, I didn't want to be. Oh, I didn't know. I didn't have no ticket. Like, she just giving all these, little excuses why she couldn't be there. You weren't planning to be there because you had already said you weren't going. So Tisha says that I didn't know when it was the right time to reach out to you. Okay, Tisha. But you knew when it was the right time to be in my business. That's my thing. You didn't know the right time to reach out to me to ask me about the podcast to come and support me, but you knew the right time to reach out to me to be in my damn business about why I sent my ex-husband to fucking jail for some shit he did to me. Make that make sense. Okay. All right, so Kimmy then says that I absolutely called you. She said that your mailbox to leave a message was full, so I assumed that everybody was calling, so I get it. All right. So Kimmy jumped right in because she knew her ass was about to get chewed off next. All right, so Kimmy says that I was calling to check in on you. That's why I was calling you. All right, so then Tisha says to Melody, she says, you know what? She said, you're right. She says, I haven't thought about what's taken place the last few months. She says that we've been in a much better place. She says, and you've been doing better on your part. And she says that I got to do better on my part. You think, Tisha? Okay, Tisha's not a girl's girl at all. She's just like her damn mama. All right, so Melody kind of looks at Tisha like, girl, bye, when Tisha says that. So Melody then says to Tisha, she said, I apologize. So Tisha says to Melody, she said, I apologize for that, okay? So Mel's like, all right, girl. Mel's kind of like she wasn't really feeling it, but she knew Tisha was just apologizing just to get Mel up off her. So Melody then says, but why didn't you just come to the podcast though? But why you didn't come? So Tisha's sitting there looking all embarrassed. She's like, she hold her mouth. She's like she didn't know what to say. So Tisha kind of looks at Mel. She's speechless. And then she says, listen, she says that I didn't get no invitation. There was no invitation. So no invitation, no me, So Melody says that you didn't get no invite from who? Tisha says, I ain't get no invite from nobody. So Melody says, but it was a public event. Okay, so you trying to sit up here and lie, but it was a public event. All right. So then Melody said, Stormy came with no invitation from me. Stormy was there. So Kimmy kind of looks at Tisha like, okay, girl, like, you think you caught up in your lie right here now, all right? So I was like, damn, Mel is on her ass. Mel is like, I'm not going to let you lie to me today, Tisha. That's the vibe it gave me. So Mel said that Stormy just bought her tickets and just came. So then Tisha made a little remark saying, well, good for her. All right, so then Tisha goes in the confessional and says that the last time that I went to an event to support Mel, I was escorted out and I was very embarrassed. Okay, so then production rolls tape back on to where Tisha bombarded Mel's event, and then Melody asked the security dude, the little white security dude, to go over there and tell Tisha that she needed to leave because she was not invited. So they showed Tisha saying when the guy told Tisha that she needed to leave, Tisha said, why I got to leave? Who said I got to leave? That whole thing. So Kimmy wound up leaving with Tisha because Tisha felt embarrassed, and it was done in front of everybody at the event. So Tisha was like, you ain't gonna get a second time to embarrass my ass again, so I'm just not gonna go unless you actually invited me. So Tisha says that will never happen again. She says that you can forgive a person but never forget. She says that my relationship with Mel and she says, gotta be an invite by Mel in order for me to be there to support. She said, but if there's no invitation, then I'm just not going to show up. So she don't want to risk being thrown out and embarrassed again. All right. So Melody says to Kimmy and Tisha, she says, so y'all didn't come because y'all were not invited. So Tisha says, I didn't come because I didn't get no invitation. So they still on that. So Kimmy says, I didn't come because a lot of people that flock to you are mean to us. So I had to respect Kimmy in that magnitude because she was being honest. Tisha was not being honest because, like I said, Tisha, you had a whole conversation with Destiny about the millimeters and how you was not going to dare show your face at this podcast, even though it was there in Huntsville, because of how the millimeters becoming so hard for you and that you don't fool with the millimeters. So I got to give Kimmy a little for being honest and saying that, she just did not want to go because the people that flock to Melody be very mean to them. I mean, they be tearing Kimmy's ass up online, and they do. So I can appreciate her being honest in that point right there. So Melody just said, what you talking about, the millimeters? Like she didn't know. I was like, come on, Mel. You know the millimeters be roasting and toasting their ass online, okay? All right, so Kimmy and Mel said yes, the millimeters, okay? Says that energy is bad, and said that Sunny actually shared that with us when she was at the podcast, how they was on her ass too. So Mel says Sunny shared that with you. She said that the energy was towards Sunny. She said the energy towards Sunny like that was because of the situation with Moses. That's what Melody was explaining to Tisha and Kimmy. So Kimmy says that it would have been the same towards us because it's us. So Kim was like, I'm about to go in there and get my damn curls snatched out by the damn millimeters. I was gonna stay my ass at home, bitch. So Mel says that they gave that energy because they felt Sunny was in Destiny's, because they felt that Sunny was Destiny's producer and that she was wrong for being with Moses. It says that you and Destiny, she said, so they said that you and Destiny need to have a conversation. They were telling Melody that her and Destiny needs to have a conversation. So they said that he should have said something because because Moses didn't seem to be 100 with Destiny about that situation. That's what Melody was saying. So Kimmy says that it feels that there was a girl code that was broken. So Melody said, so Kimmy says, don't laugh like that, Mel. So Melody says that I'm thinking about Destiny and this girl code thing. Then she does this laugh again. She said, I'm sorry. She said the girl bye, meaning ain't no damn girl code when it comes to Destiny, okay? So Kimmy says, but that's your friend, ain't it? Meaning Destiny. So Mel says she was my friend, and she put emphasis on was. Like, that bitch ain't my friend. No new friends. All right, so Kimmy says, but she didn't sleep with your man, no. So Tisha was like, right, because y'all know Kimmy and Destiny, Tisha and Destiny ride for each other like that. So Mel says, I don't know what Destiny does because I'm not her friend. So Tisha says, well, you should know something about a person's character. So Mel said, I don't know what people do, and I don't put nothing past people either. So Mel goes via confessional, and she says, with the situation with Martell being arrested, she says that it gave me a new appreciation with loyalty. She says that who my real friends are, she says that I can recognize the fake ones from a mile away. And I was like, yes, God, honey. So both Kimmy and Tisha, they're kind of looking at each other like, wow, the way Melody is acting towards talking about Destiny and how she don't really rock with her like that. So I was like, yeah, I wouldn't rock with her ass either. You done posted my kids online and you all up in Martell face and talking shit, and the way you handled Mel at the reunion, bitch. No, I wouldn't be no friend to you either. So next episode is so that's the actual end of the of the show, guys. That's the end of the show. I'm about to jump to the next thing. So that's the end of the show. That's how it ends. It kind of ends like a cliffhanger. So that's where it's going to begin for episode 4. All right. So I told y'all that particular episode was not long. So that's the end of it, to where both of them kind of looking at each other all crazy at the way Melody was reacting to Destiny. And Melody pretty much put it out there that she don't really see it for Destiny. She ain't really fooling with Destiny like that. But of course, Tisha felt away because Tisha and Destiny are very tight. They're very close. All right. So let's get into what's going to happen on the next episode. All right. So the next episode is where Chris and Martell are going to discuss Martell apologizing to him for calling Nell a side chick. Okay. Chris says that my MF and wife ain't no side chick. Okay. So Martell says she ain't right now. I said, this bitch. Okay. So they kind of go back and forth with whether or not Nell is a side chick or not. Okay. So next scene is the Destiny, Kimmy, and Tisha meet up, which I know that shit was going to happen after they sat down and had a whole come to Jesus moment with Mel. I already knew they was going to go sit down with Destiny and be messy as hell. So Kimmy, Tisha, and Destiny go meet up to talk about Sunny and Moses and the conversation they had with Melody at the plant shop. I already knew that shit was going to happen, y'all. All right, so Kimmy says that she wants everybody to get together and talk. Kimmy always tries. This is my problem with Kimmy. Kimmy is messy as fuck. Kimmy always tries to act like she's the peacemaker and the person to try to make everybody get together and kumbaya, but she low-key be messy and want to see the mess, and she also be adding her mess in there because she likes the mess. So she wants to see the reaction of what Destiny's going to say in terms of how Mel feel about her. But then she's going to, oh, y'all should talk. Y'all should come together and be on the kumbaya. Y'all should be friends. But let me tell you what she said first. That's the vibes I get from Kimmy. I'm like, Kimmy, shut up, child. So Destiny says that she said that I don't have no smoke for nobody, but if they come with it, then I'm gonna burn that mother effer down. I was like, girl, don't come on this season trying to act like you buck, because you really not, you really not about that life, Destiny, okay? And she was with the neck action and all that. If they come in here with the smoke, if they want the smoke, then I'm gonna burn that mother effer down. I was like, girl, you ain't about that life. You're not about that life. Sit down, moose nostrils. Sit down, glaucoma eyes. You're not about that, girl. So Moses, Maurice, and Marceau meet up, child, to talk about Moses getting with Sonny too fast, as if that's their business. Once again, they ain't got shit going on. But what they are doing is linking up to be all up in Sonny and Moses' business to make that their storyline, because y'all know Marceau is going to get in everybody's business so that he can get more camera time, okay? That's how Marceau gets to pay the bills over there at him and Tisha's house, by getting in other people's scenes and other people's business. What business is it of yours if he got with Sonny too fast? Hell, you got with Tisha after she got pregnant and you married her in a whole pow wedding. So what business is it of yours how fast he got with her? Okay. So they tell Moses that people are talking about how he and Sonny linked up and how he has a problem on his hands. And Moses said that he's ready for whatever. I mean, I don't give a hot damn what nobody got to say, and I'm ready for whatever they got to say. And I was like, finally, he gets to talk. Because I was like, Moses, we want you to talk a little bit more. So he was handling his own, and I was all the way here for it. All right, so next scene is Nell sits down with Martell and speaks on Martell going to jail. So Nell then tells Martell to stop doing stuff because it's wrong. She's like, look, you're doing this, and this to Mel. All of that is wrong. Like, just stop it, dude. That's what she's telling Martell. And she lets him know, especially the revenge plea, that was like all the way out of pocket. So she's talking to Martell and he's making faces like, what? Like, what I do? I just want to slap him through the TV because Martell knows exactly what he be doing. But then when you check him on it, he has that what did I do face, that what did I do attitude. And Nell was checking his ass. So I still don't like you, Nell, but go off. Anyway, so Martell responds and says that she does something, and then I respond, no, Martell, you do things to get a response from Mel, because any little response makes you feel better because she's been ignoring the fuck out of you. And that is why he does what he does. Melody be ignoring him, minding her business, doing her 7th Avenue, flying, catching flights, doing her speaking engagements. And Martell will be doing little subliminal bullshit to get a rise out of Mel. And then when she finally responds, that is what he wants anyway, because she ignores him. And it bothers him to be ignored. It's really going to bother his ass now that he can't bother her. Per the course. He can't speak to her. He can't be around her. That shit really about to drive him nuts. Okay. So Nell says that she is having a birthday party coming up and she has invited Mel, but Martell is not invited. And he's sitting there like, why I ain't invited? Nigga, you know why you ain't invited, okay? Mel don't want to be around your ass, and right now you are public enemy number one. So Nell was like, bitch, you will not be coming to my party because you've been doing the absolute most here lately. But that is what's going to be going on the next episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Okay, that was season 8, episode 3, Love and Marriage Huntsville's new Beefcakes on the Block review. Okay, I hope y'all enjoyed it. Did y'all enjoy the review? I told y'all it was short. And I promise you, I gave you every single solitary detail, okay? From facial expressions to who was acting up and who, child, everything. So y'all know y'all get all of that in my reviews. All right. Thank you, Belle Wilson, so much for modding for me. Thank you, Linda Gamble, for modding for me as well. Thank you for all of my content creators that join either in the bushes or in the chat. Thank you to all of my Caramelians for being here, supporting all 625 of you guys supporting. Thank you guys so much. Love you guys down. Please enjoy your Sunday. They said probation revoke in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Marshall. And if his ass do, he going to jail. Okay, you go ahead and do the countdown, but his ass, and when you get to 1, his ass gonna be right back in jail, just like Destiny. Okay, because y'all know Destiny loves to go to jail, child. But let's get on out of here, guys. Happy Sunday to you guys. We will have Car Chronicles in the morning, unless something else happens that's so crazy. Did he hop back on there and apologize again? Then my ass will be back on here. Y'all will get me a 3rd time. But if not, I will see you guys in the morning. Okay, for Car Chronicles. Okay, tomorrow is Monday, one of my least favorite days of the week, but we're gonna get through it. All right, love you guys, be safe, and let's get on out of here. Let's get y'all music on, honey, so y'all can twerk on out of here, girl. All right, love y'all. Subscribe if you have not, and please like this video, guys, so that we can stay in the algorithm. Okay, and let's jam on out.